Hello, hello, hello. Hi. So it might take people a minute to get on here. And it is storming right now. It's, thunder, whatnot. Why is it I get all kinds of new alerts and whatnot every time I start a video? All right. Let me do all of the things. Any day now. Any day now.
Mommy, it's rain.
I know. Hi, you just got home, huh?
Yes. And it's rain.
Yes, it's raining. I know, baby.
No, the rain. No, the rain.
You got some rain on you? I know, baby. It'll be okay, though.
But I need a paper towel.
You need a paper towel?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because it's for my ones. For me.
Do you need a towel or a paper towel?
A baby wipe.
A baby wipe? How's about this?
Oh, yes. It's cool.
Okay. Did we get all the rain off? It's not very much rain, just a little bit. It's okay. You say hi?
Hi.
Okay. Might take people a minute to get on here. Weird. Hey Froggy, how you doing? My phone is acting weird, and I might need that for... Huh? Sure. I don't know what's going on with my phone. I'm having a slight technical difficulty. Give me just a second. I'm trying to figure this mess out. Uh-oh. Somebody fell down. So it's storming here, I don't know if you can hear that. We're going to have to put a sound canceling program on here. Hey, Sharemare, how you doing? So some of you might have seen the video on the Discord for Jessica Easterly. There were problems. The sound of me talking didn't come through, but I find that irrelevant. I'm not important in that equation. Audrey and Maria were important there. So we just edited me out, basically. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to have it just the screen with just Audrey and Maria. But I'm still new at this, so I didn't know how to make that happen. So we're going to have to play with that. Hey, babe.
What are we making happen?
I'm just kind of explaining why the video is the way it is and doing a little bit of a trigger warning for people.
You've seen the video, right? You actually?
Yes, of course. I went and watched it and was like, I need to learn how to edit with that program.
Did I do a decent good job of editing it?
Yeah, sit down so they can see you.
Okay. Oh, I was going to just be the disem-headed body.
Well, just the body, yeah. Just
disem-headed body.
Yeah.
Hi.
I mean, the whole point of that video and these videos that I want to do where we humanize victims is to give family and friends space to talk, so I was trying to point out different aspects of the abuse that they were describing, but really if you pay attention and listen to them, you're going to see for yourself, right? You don't need me there to do that. But just I like to validate that for any current victims who might be in a DV right now. I like to point that out and be like, in the hopes that maybe it'll click that yes, what they are going through is in fact abuse, if that makes sense. But it's not necessary. It's not necessary for me to be in those videos at all. I'm not the point, right? So I figured, there might be questions about that, but this camera, why does it keep doing that? Is it, what? So yeah, I figured, just in case anyone has questions, the whole point of this series of videos that I'm hoping to do is just to get people thinking about the fact that you may not be considered the perfect victim for whatever reason, but that's bullshit, and we should not do that as a culture. What is going on with this camera?
That's because I was too far off to the side, probably.
Oh, okay.
Let's bring the focus back in.
Yeah, I mean, there was more that was talked about, but some things we edited out. Just us talking and bantering, and you can't hear me, so it's
Yeah.
Um,
I kind of cut out the parts where you were talking, but no audio was coming through.
Yeah, and that was the right way to go with that. So yeah, I mean, we had a good conversation just overall, and I really appreciate them doing the interview. And I think it went pretty well. So yeah, we, had a slight technical difficulty, but it doesn't, it's fine.
Yep.
I wasn't mad about it, so. So yeah, so that'll be dropping tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow at noon.
Okay. Tomorrow at noon.
And it's premiering. So you'll be able to watch the video if you can manage to watch it at noon, and there'll be a live chat during the initial running of the video, so you can discuss amongst yourselves during the initial run for the 33 minutes and some odd number of seconds that it is there.
Yeah, and I thought about putting a trigger warning before and talking about these things like at the beginning of the video, but yet again, this isn't about me. I want those videos to stand alone, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing this live stream right now. Hey, Leanne, how you doing? So that's why I'm doing this live stream right now. I wanted to do a trigger warning because they touch on something in the video that is it is a thing. Sensitive. It is a thing that happens. It is sensitive. If you are in an abusive situation and your abuser is drugging you to put you to sleep, that is a very bad form of abuse, and that is one of the things that's usually listed as your abuser may try to kill you at some point. That strangulation, other things. So, if there's a weapon in the house, then chances, heighten. So that's why I'm talking about this here. If at any point you feel triggered, pause the video, take a break, grab some water, hydrate your body and your brain, trigger your senses, breathe, you'll be okay. We have a Discord. I'll be keeping an eye on it just in case, if you want to jump on the Discord and have kind of a more private-ish conversation, then we can do that for you. So yeah. Yeah, it is heartbreaking in so many different ways. I was just about to say, hey, where is Leanne? It's one of those Sundays where I was like, is anyone even going to come on here tonight? Because it's raining here. It's like really kind of laid back and chill. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Where's baby girl?
She's up on watching her Kindle.
Oh. I missed something up on my YouTube. Huh? Man, every time it's about to rain or it is raining, my joints start hurting a little bit. So you'll hear me popping away over here. But pay close attention to what Audrey and Maria say in this interview, because a lot of the things they're describing are ginormous red flags. And you don't have to put up with that shit. Go to your family, go to your friends, go to the people you know you can trust. Tell them what's going on. Call the National Domestic Violence Hotline. If your gut instinct is telling you that it's probably abuse, that you're being abused, that what you're going with and dealing with is wrong, then your gut instinct is more than likely 100% correct. Okay? Don't doubt yourself. That, second guessing yourself and really like overthinking it, that's the only reason I stayed in my abusive relationship for as long as I did. So thank you, Froggy, for joining the Discord.
Thank you.
Man, I didn't realize how much work all of this social media is. It's a lot of work, y'all. There's a lot. But yeah, we also have a Facebook page that I have to start working more on. And now we have a TikTok, which I'm going to be doing stuff for that as well. Oh my God. It's going to be so much work. Hey, Leanne, how you doing? Oh, don't forget to switch from top chat to live chat. Because YouTube is weird. Dude, hold on. So we went and got baby girl, my oldest, something for her graduation party at Ulta. Let her pick out a few things. I didn't want to pick for her. What is going on? Hey, Marcus. Can you figure this out? I like to try to keep that on for the chat just in case, but it's being weird. So, baby girl, yes. The oldest, we got her a couple things, and we also, I saw this, and I could not resist. It is the Berries by Juvia's Place. If you're goth, this is such a good palette. Like, and the two shimmers, these two, they look the same, but they are not. My lighting is not doing this justice. So if you can see, I used a combination of this palette and ColourPop's Sweet Talk.
That's my point. Sorry.
Wow. Like, wow. So what do you think about my eyes?
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
You're such a nerd. You like the boxes they come in. So do I. I just, like, they're so pretty. Look.
Okay, it's on.
They're just so, And I think that I have found something that I've been looking for years. So baby girl grabbed this, the little one, and she liked the box, and she still has it. So this is Jovia's Place Eye Prep, Eye Prime, Eye Primer. I don't know if y'all know, but I normally don't use eye primer because they hurt my eyes. And so far, I'm not in pain. There's no pain, no red eyeballs, no crying, no nothing, no irritation, nothing. So I may actually have like eye primer I can use, which is amazing. So, so there are two brands now that I can say more than likely they are good so far as eye primer, eyeliner, eyeshadow. Yes, I am so very happy. So very happy. And we're going to have to do another makeup video for Elsa, who, by the way, I have some good news there. She's in a safe place now, and one of her siblings bought her some makeup. So I was so happy to hear that. I can't even tell you. So yeah, Elsa got her some makeup, and she said she's gonna send me some pictures, but I mean, we have to be, really careful about that. I don't know if that's something that we'll be able to share with everyone, because sometimes with pictures you can figure out where someone is. What is that called?
Mm-hmm.
The data that is sometimes embedded in images and stuff.
Metadata?
Yeah. yeah, so we, I don't know if I'll be able to share that with everyone right now, maybe later in the future. But yeah, she has some blue eyeshadow, so that just made my day. How you doing? So
And Daddy, can you go my candle?
Okay. You want pancakes too, right? Okay. You go up front with your Kindle, and I'll make you some pancakes. Go, scooch booch. Scooch booch.
Oh, everybody says hi, baby.
Hi.
So I got this. Jovia's place has these like palettes they have this bright, vivid blue, and so does ColourPop, but they're never at Ulsa. So I was like, I kind of wanted to get a bit more blue for Elsa's before I got the email. So how can I show this without showing the mirror? This has apparently eyeliner in with the eyeshadow. So I'm gonna do this upside down. See how there are all these blues in here. Lots of nice colors actually, and apparently the ones up here, which is really the bottom because it's upside down, these are supposed to be eyeliner / shadows, right? I don't know if I'll be able to use this. I have no idea.
Mommy.
What, baby?
Can you get up the hair?
Oh, okay. Hold on 1 second. Although this might be difficult. Let me try to do this without hurting you, okay? I really don't like these rubber bands in your hair. I don't understand.
And so does Daddy the rubber bands.
Yeah, you shouldn't have these particular kinds of bands in your hair. Oh, okay. I know, I'm so sorry. I'm really trying to be careful, but they're just snarl. Come here, don't go away. All right? Let me try to. Okay, there you go. All right, so this is the actual palette. I don't think I've used Morphe before, so I don't know if this is gonna work. Avani Greg, I have no idea who this is. This is Morphe times Avani Greg for the beeps. I don't know anything about this palette. I just saw it and I was like, blue eyeshadow. So, we'll see. I'm so sorry about the loud noise. Alrighty. She's getting taller. Yes, I know. She's been having a growth spurt. So, yeah, so it was, I don't know, I'm really happy to be getting this interview out. And so y'all geeked out at Ulta. Yes, we did. Yes. Yes, there was. Like, eventually we're going to go on a road trip to Florida because I have family and friends down there. And we got a makeup case so that I can, bring makeup with and not destroy it. Which is probably a good thing because, to me, makeup is an investment. And I usually really just use it for the channel. So if I go, to Florida, what I'll want to do is have videos up and ready to go. And so there'll be videos every day released, but also I like to live stream, so It'd be weird not to live stream. That would be weird. What you doing?
Hi,
Hi, baby. How you doing? No, don't do that.
Mommy.
Don't do that. You're being goofy. Yeah, so I kind of have, things planned out for...
Bubbles.
No, that's not bubbles, that's spit. You're goofy. The petition is at... Oh,
Look, that's bubbles.
that is awesome. Everybody who sees this video, share that petition. Share it everywhere. We have it on the Discord. I have it on Twitter. I have it on Facebook, Instagram. I have not put it on TikTok only because I don't know how to do that yet, because I just got TikTok like yesterday, I think. So we have that everywhere, and we have it right there in the chat. Hey. Okay. Your daddy's gonna make pancakes. Can Oh, I know you're having a growth spurt. That's really good that it's going so good. And I've shared it all over the place in like my favorite murder groups and just all over. Anywhere where people would let me share it, I shared it. So do the same. I feel like we need a counter that can keep track for us, right? I feel the same way. What you doing, pretty? You're having a growth spurt, huh?
No.
Do you want some crackers or something?
Mm-hmm. And pancakes and waffles.
What is going on with my phone? Watch out, baby.
What is that?
That's your hair tie.
Hair tie?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like hair ties.
Yeah, I don't like them either. You gonna say hi? Leanne says hi, Athena.
Hi.
Careful. It'll snap and it'll hurt you. Okay, that'd be an owie. So yeah, that's really good that the petition is doing well. That is really good. I might actually reshare it everywhere.
Hi. Hi.
Just to try to encourage momentum. All right. To encourage momentum for it. Because that's pretty close. Oh, boom. You're silly.
No, I'm not.
It's a good thing being silly. What's the matter? Okay, let me try this again. It was weird. I don't know what's going on. I don't have a toddler, but I have a cat that is pretty needy. Yeah. Toddlers are interesting creatures. I have no idea what's going on with my earbud thing. So, but yeah, so there's a lot going on. I'm hoping to have some more interviews lined up. If y'all could put the word out there that if anyone is looking for a platform to come speak about their experience with DV or any of that, let them know that we're here. Hey. Or if they've lost a loved one or a friend or coworker, because this can affect multitudes of people, right? But yeah, if they are interested in doing an interview where the victim or survivor is actually treated like a human being and humanized, yeah, they can email. They can come in the Discord. Pretty much on any of my social media. That's why I have the social media, so they can private message me on. Good Lord. I'm not on Instagram as much because I really don't understand it, but I'm on Twitter, Facebook, and I'll probably be on TikTok trying to figure that out. So, yeah, you should be able to share the video and the petition at the same time, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I am not fully educated on how to do those things, but I might ask Marcus maybe on Discord. He might know the answer to that question. Look at your mod doing mod things. I know, right? Thank you so much, Sharemare. I really appreciate it. I'm of the opinion that really content creators should thank their mods like every live stream. A lot. Like a lot. It actually takes a lot of the weight off me, so I really appreciate it because this I had no idea. I knew it would be a lot of work, but I mean, it's kind of an honor for me to have a mod because we're such a small platform. We're tiny. So, but it's nice to have someone on here doing this because half of this stuff I kind of sort of know how to do it, but not not proficient yet. So I've shared some things on Twitter. Hold on one second. That's fills in the spot I'm missing, not working anymore, similar to admin assistant, keeps my brain working. Right on. You all right, babe?
Just made pancakes for baby girl.
Oh, right. We got these little pancakes for baby girl, and they're like perfectly sized. It's kind of cool. But I don't even know how to get that off of there. So on Twitter, I do share quite a bit of information about domestic violence on there. So what the? If you think you might be in an abusive relationship or what have you, and you're on Twitter, check us out on Twitter. Where's my pancakes? I mean, I'm about to maybe, like after this, I might dive into the pancakes because I love pancakes. That sounds good on my cheat day, pancakes. Yeah, we got blueberry and some other flavor. I don't remember what. In the kitchen. Yeah, so on Twitter, there's all kinds of like national domestic violence hotlines on there, RAIN, all kinds of resources. And I try to kind of collect all of them you know, kind of like I'm collecting makeup. I'm trying to gather up all of these different organizations and whatnot that help people, you know, along with victims advocates and whatnot who speak out about domestic violence. So that seems to be where I'm gathering the most material for people. So if say you have a friend and you think they might be in an abusive relationship, or coworker, whoever, you know, there are tons of experts out there, and they're utilizing social media to try to help people. So, and I'm kind of sort of compiling. It seems like, you know, it's kind of like a library of sorts. So yeah, so on TikTok, I'm probably going to be doing like little snippet videos, if you will. Talking about different things. And I'm kind of amazed by how much information is on TikTok as well. It's people are really trying to disseminate good information all over the place. And it makes me so happy to see that. But at the same time, I feel like we really need more women in positions of power, you know, as public servants and whatnot, which is what politicians and all of that are supposed to be. We need more women in those positions as, you know, judges, etc. I didn't know this. I didn't know until today, actually, that there are other law enforcement officers and victims advocates, etc., who have quit because they're so disgusted by the way victims are treated and by the way that the criminal justice system doesn't provide justice for rape survivors or, you know, SA, any of that. Like I didn't necessarily think I was like alone in that, but seems like there are a lot more of us than I realized. So I've been having a lot of thoughts on that. So yeah, it's been a hard day actually. You've heard a few people mention that lately. Well, maybe some of them need to like step up on here and do an interview, because it can't just be me on here talking about this. You know what I mean? I mean, burnout is a thing. Some areas are just overwhelmed. I mean, I'll try to remember where I heard it. I think it was a different videos. I'm totally down for, you know, having more people on here talking about how hard it is. You know, it's when you feel like you're spinning your wheels and you're really trying to be there and help people, and the people you're trying to help are just being treated like trash. Like they don't, like what they're saying doesn't really matter. You know, like what the perpetrator says is more important than what the victim says. I don't think there's any criminal code anywhere that says that the person who is accused should be more valid with their statements than the victim. We don't do that with somebody who gets carjacked or armed robbery or house, like a break-in or shoplifting or any of that shit. But we do it with rape victims and SA victims. Why? I've talked to people who say the people that need to talk to one another are the social workers and legislators, etc. Mm. Okay, so it looked like the regular uniformed officers who I'm really trying to be careful with my words here. It looked like the first responding officers got it. From there, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Okay, when you get, there's point A, how the hell do you get to point F? Is my question. I have a lot of questions that I can't really ask on here right now, if that makes sense. Like I have to, there's a lot I could say. I can't right now. I cannot understand why the police are not taking Jessica's case seriously. I just read that. I think that if law enforcement officers who give a shit and victims advocates and doctors and nurses, sane nurses and just nurses otherwise, if all of them came together, went to legislators and demanded that that things get better, they would have to do something, right? Along with survivors and victims and family members of victims and all of the people who've been affected. Think about the power that a large group of like that would have, demanding substantial change, like real justice. You know what I mean? I don't know. So I don't know. I just had a lot running through my mind today, especially since I rewatched that interview. I really think that I like that interview. I like the idea of trying to really bring a humanization to victims that can't be poo-pooed or disregarded or but here's a problem. Women of color are more often than not ignored. And I'm having a huge problem finding substantive information about women of color who have been, murdered in domestic violence, or, survivors, victims, etc., where I can talk about them as human beings, not just what happened to them, right? Not just the offender, right? Like each person who is killed as a result of domestic violence is a human being. they had a whole life before this happened. Like they're not just a cardboard cutout of someone who was victimized, is what I'm saying. So, and this channel is supposed to be inclusive of all women, transgendered, cis, queer women, right? But also, toxic masculinity affects men negatively as well, and men can be abused as well. So, I also want to talk about male victims, like men who, were victims or survivors. And I differentiate with, I'll use the word victim for someone who was murdered and survivor for someone who lived. So, but men are typically shamed horribly when they're victims of domestic violence. So, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes for me. I don't know if the weather is affecting my technology right now or what. Just like Audrey said, you're the first to do an interview where you just asked about Jessica as a person. And see, I'm doing that because of how Addie was treated. And also other women I've known who, were murdered in domestic violence. I know several women who've been murdered in domestic violence. And how they're talked about afterwards, like they're barely even, it's almost like they just popped into existence in this situation and that's it. And there's really nothing more to them, when that couldn't be further from the truth. So, maybe you can reach out to Tiff from Ren. Be nice if we could obviously leave him out of it, but she has a story. Yeah. I mean, I'd rather have people come to me. I don't want to ever be rude or I don't know. I'll have to think about how I would reach out to someone, because I'd want to handle that very carefully. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't know if she'd even want to come here anyway, because, I'm sure he had, it's, YouTube drama shit. But I mean, if she were interested, the space that I would not be rude to her because of Ren, if that makes sense. And that's what's missing after seeing that. You can't ignore the seeking justice part. Exactly. And that's why I think it's so important. When I talked about, there's a reason I laid the groundwork with those live streams. When I talked about NHI, no human involved, there was a reason I talked about that. Because unfortunately, a lot of time in law enforcement, that's how they view women. If you're not the perfect victim, but then again, with some law enforcement, it's just women in general, So that sexism, that misogyny can show itself in so many different ways, and it can have far-reaching ramifications. So there was one case, I cannot remember the names because there are so many, where it was obvious who killed this woman, right? But the cops were just like, la-di-da, whatever. So the guy went on to kill 3 more women. Like, if they would have caught him on that first case, if they would have done their job and put him away, there would be 3 women who he did not kill. It's a pretty serious job. and understanding that you may not like a woman, but that doesn't mean it's okay to kill her. You may not agree with a woman's lifestyle. Still doesn't mean that it's okay to kill her. You know? So I'm hoping to, you know, find more interviews. I was hoping to do an interview with Captain, but I haven't heard from Captain. I'm almost wondering if this whole thing with the W's has maybe been triggering. I hope Captain's okay. You know, sending Captain all kinds of hugs and love and junk. I have no idea. I emailed, tried to reach out on Discord. I think Marcus did too. I don't want to be too pushy, if that makes sense. But I mean, maybe she's taking a break from social media and whatnot with all this going on, which is understandable. Yeah, we do miss you, Captain. I might actually do a live stream about homeschooling and all that, just, you know, because we're thinking about homeschooling baby girl, but from just a completely different perspective. Like I'm like, how are we gonna make sure she has like a good friend group of her peers and like learns that socialization is really important, right? So, man, the stuff that I have been researching is really, y'all know how I feel about stuff pertaining to children being abused. That it's been a rough week for me. Not even gonna lie. That's why we got me a couple pallets, because I was just like, not at all. Homeschooling isn't the same. Many of my friends were homeschooled as just another option. Yeah. I mean, a lot of the schools here, it's either private and religious or charter schools, and you don't know there's no background checks on these people that work in these charter schools in many of them. So you have no idea. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. No. I'm not going to put Athena at risk like that. Because I worked in law enforcement, so I've seen the horror, like, I know. So, unfortunately, New Orleans is all charter school and private school right now. But we are, I don't know, we're thinking about potentially moving, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Glad to have that video coming out. Oh, God, no. Back to Michigan? No. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so. Certainly not back to Flint. I mean, Flint is kind of a wasteland now, so here we have where you can do half and half, like some school and the rest at home. Huh. That's interesting. Share? Who are you saying hey to? What's happening? I'm on the outskirts in like the area of Grand Blanc. Yeah, I know right where Grand Blanc is. Like I could probably get there from Bishop Airport. It's been a while, but I probably could. it's just so cold up there in the winter, man, and the winters last so long. Oh my God. I know I'm a hermit, but when it's cold, I'm like, I don't even want to leave the house. I don't want to mess with it at all. And snow, oh Jesus. Ugh. No, I'm not trying to insult anyone. It's just too damn cold. Oh, I think baby girl's tired. Hold on 1 second. But you had a very gentle winter this year, and it was weird. Yeah, that is kind of weird because usually, you got blizzards and all of that. It just gets so cold up there, man. I don't know. We were thinking maybe Florida. But I mean, Florida has its own problems. Is there problems anywhere, really? So we might just go for what is the weather like? Like, I don't know. Don't get me wrong. Michigan can be really beautiful at times, right? And I do love the woods out in Michigan. Like wooded areas in the summer. Love it up there. But it's really fucking cold in the winter. San Diego. Yeah, it's really expensive out there though. I mean, out west is that's a whole different ball of wax, and so friggin' expensive. That's I don't think I could handle that, I don't know. I'd like a place that is warm and, not insane, where you don't have men trying to legislate every aspect of a one's life. That'd be great. I hear a lot of happy people in Tennessee. Tennessee is beautiful up there, man. I mean, wow. I don't know how it is in the winter. But I mean, the people were really nice to me. Though, I think the last time I was up there was like maybe a week after Katrina. And, very nice people up there. Tons of people moving to Nashville, which probably means that all like the, prices for rent and all that stuff are going upward. Been to Nashville briefly for work, and it's just a little bit of a tourist trap for me in a way. It has gentle winters, gentle summers. Right on. Huh. If you do go to SD, it's got the ocean. But a 16-ounce soda will cost you almost $6, right? Crazy. They say the outskirts of Nashville. Yeah, doesn't Emily D. Baker live up that way? If I'm not mistaken, she moved there from California, which has to be a bit of a culture shock to a degree. You know what I mean? You're right. Tennessee is beautiful though. And the people were just really nice. Because there were a bunch of us from New Orleans in Tennessee. I ran into a few, and I don't know if this is the norm for Tennessee, but I watch and I see how people are treated, right? And it just seemed like the people in Tennessee didn't care what color you were, what religion you were, any of that. They were just like, you need help, we're on it. What do you need? And that's how it should be. Is it always like that? I don't know. But I'm just saying, I don't want to live in a place where racism is the norm, if that makes sense. And, homophobia and all that. I've reached the age where I just don't have the patience. Yeah, she said a lot of people from LA moved to Tennessee, right? Many family creators I follow are there. They say community is awesome. Huh. Right on. Right on. Well, we've had a lot of people from California move here to New Orleans, and I mean, some of them, like the more wealthy people, will buy up 3 or 4 properties and then rent them out at these exorbitant prices that don't fit with the city and with what people make here. You know what I mean? It's like they brought California with them and didn't, you know, in effect, look at the room and evaluate things. It's really causing problems in New Orleans, actually. Like whole neighborhoods are kind of being wiped out of the traditional families that lived there for generations, you know? Like Black families who own their properties are kind of being pushed out of their neighborhoods, and that's problematic. Because then you lose the musicians and the artists and the soul of the city. Like I live in a predominantly Black neighborhood, but I've lived here for a while, and part of the reason I moved to this neighborhood was because I just don't, as a person who is, part indigenous, I don't want to live in a predominantly white neighborhood because I just needed space. I don't know if that makes sense. I lived through that. Sucks when that happens. Especially in New Orleans, you have people who, the one family I knew, I helped them after Katrina. They lost everything. They lost all their paperwork proving they owned this plot of land and etc. And so I helped them in the archives find, original paperwork and whatnot to prove that they owned that property. And I mean, they were going back to, if I'm not mistaken, one of the first freed Black, somewhat wealthy families of New Orleans. Like they'd had that property a long time. Like it would be a damn shame to have that family lose that property. I don't know if this is making sense what I'm saying, but I find it really, really irritating. Okay, finally, my phone is doing weird things. Where I lived, they kicked us out because we were lower economic and mixed. That is fucked up. People there wanted that space to build condos and said the solution was apartments that we could rent, but no one of us could afford them, right? That's the whole problem with the whole luxury / affordable apartments. They're never affordable. Hey, Camilla. How you doing? I've been listening while eating dinner. Housing prices have gone way up in my area. A 2002 starter home just sold for... Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ. That is insane. Off subject, but I'm putting my order for the palette from ColourPop tonight. The child... I was eyeballing that one. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at that one. And that's taupe. I'm in need of a little pamper purchase. It's, isn't it? I don't remember. Hold on, let me look and see. I don't remember. Okay, I don't think I have the taupe one, but if it's like the ones that I have, it's probably going to be really good. So, hey, Soundwave Blue, how you doing? What's up? I missed your face. I rent, and it was very difficult even here to find something to afford. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Rents are just going up everywhere, ridiculously high, to the point that, I love New Orleans. I love this city. I went through hell for this city, right? I don't want to move away. But for reasons, we're going to need a bigger place, and we may have to move where rents are actually affordable. And it sucks, but that's also in a safe area because I can't do that to myself. It mentally does things to you living in a really crime-riddled area. Well, usually, I read a study for a paper I wrote in college that a lot of areas with a lot of crime are not maintained very well, and that does have an effect on your mental health, your psyche, all of that. Like New Orleans after Katrina, seeing New Orleans ripped to shreds the way it was, I was very depressed. But I had to kind of keep it together for my people. So, it was hard. That does have an effect on people, We have a lot of apartments going in, and they're building up commercial buildings. I had tamales, but had good salad for lunch. Man, you had to say tamales. Damn it. Now I want empanadas and tamales, because I usually like to have those together kind of thing. You're evil. That's evil. I love, especially homemade tamales. It's called window crime. Yeah. In the study I read, it was the broken window effect. They actually talked about it in The Walking Dead, and that's true. Like, that does have an effect on people. I had a total cheat day, even gluten. Oh well, I'll be good tomorrow. I just try to do whatever once every couple of weeks. Yeah, you have to. You can't, completely restrict yourself all the time. I had dinner at the wrong house tonight. Oh. Go ahead, share, Mare. Tease me with the tamales. Go ahead. There was a woman, my mom worked at the GM plant. I forget the name of it, in Flint. And there was a woman who made homemade tamales, and she'd sell them there. Oh my God. They were so good. Sweet corn tamales are my favorite. Yeah. Very good. I was talking about that with my niece, and we were debating the things that helped and then the things that didn't. Yeah. Yeah, there was at one point I was helping, like after Katrina, I was helping with a community garden in the Ninth Ward, and I was just stunned at the fact that there were no grocery stores. It's a predominantly Black neighborhood, so apparently that didn't matter. Even here, we have the Save-A-Lot, which is a couple blocks down, and one of the Dollar Generals has started selling produce, which is good. But it's really frustrating to me how whole Black communities don't have a real grocery store with produce and everything. And it's just typical. This is America, Department of Transportation sent out a flyer about adding another airport to Washington. They were trying to do everything to keep aerospace here after Boeing moved the 87 line. Food deserts, yes. Yeah, that's why we were there were like 3 or 4 different groups who were doing community gardens in the Ninth Ward, and I was, as much as I can't be in direct sunlight very much, but you know, I don't know what's going on with them now, but so they charge $6 for a bag of chips in the inner city store because people can't get out further, right? Yeah, because it takes forever if you don't have a vehicle, right? You have to take the bus or Uber. That's expensive and time consuming. I mean, it's like they want people to eat badly. And then your health declines because you're eating badly. Like, there are so many different ways that people of color are attacked in this country. It's a lot. And then, don't even get me started about drugs being brought in by the government. That's Boeing is here, but the 87 line moved to South Carolina. Wow. A UV allergy, I think that's what it's called. I have a form of porphyria. It is hereditary on the Scots-Irish side of my family, and we can trace it back quite far. So yeah, if I'm in the sun for too long, I will get sick, and it is painful. All of my joints will hurt. I'll feel like all my energy has been drained, and I will curl up in a ball in a dark room and cry. And it actually makes me really mean because I guess it's just so painful. It's ungodly. I can't even explain it. So, and I don't like being mean to people, without permission or for a reason. You know what I mean? I've lived in those areas. That's why I know all this. I lived next to the Missouri River where gangs were around a lot, houses boarded up, etc. Yeah. Well, when people lose hope, growing up in Flint, Michigan, when people lose hope because all the jobs are gone, if you don't have jobs that pay a fair, substantial wage so that you can live and thrive, and all you do is just exist, people lose hope, and then they band together and try to provide each other with hope, right? That's what gangs are. That's what gangs do. And when GM pulled out of Flint, it was brutal. It was horrible. I think right now the U.S. is ripe for more unions, strikes. That's the only way the average American person is going to end up with a fair wage. But not just wages, 2-day weekends, 2 days in a row. Not, oh, you get Wednesday and Sunday off. That's not enough time to, have a real break, or just working people to death. Like, I had a girlfriend who was injured at work. She's in the hospital, and they were calling her, how many days are you taking off? When are you coming back to work? Can you do this and this, over the computer while you're in the hospital? She's in the freaking hospital injured, and they're still trying to push her like a work mule. Like, these are things that people need to educate themselves about unions and what they have provided for people. Growing up in a union city, I learned all this in public school. But apparently here, in non-union states and cities, they don't teach you these things. They teach you that unions are evil. Well, if unions are so evil, unions are the reason we don't have child labor anymore. I mean, and a bunch of other perks that come along with it. I got behind on that. I went on a little bit of a rant. Maybe we'll do a live stream about unions and workers' rights and whatnot. And a lot of people, English is their second language. Yeah, true. I was pregnant in the hospital with a virus when with my laptop and payroll from work. Wow, the architects brought my work in on their way home. I was there for a week. They couldn't have given you a week off with your baby or just, because you're pregnant and you need to rest. That is fucking ridiculous. Like when my grandfather passed away, my grandma took time off work like you do, and they left her the hell alone. And they were behind on a lot of things, but, they were respectful. But now there's no respect for workers anymore in this country. In my area, the farm and migrant workers fought for rights. They work 7 days a week. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. 7 days catches up with you, yes. I mean, I worked 7 days a week in security for disaster relief, but I signed up for that to help people, right? I knew what I was getting into. And if we were the kind of crew where if one of us really needed a break, you got your break. There were times, especially after Katrina, where I was like, I have hit a wall. I'm going to grab a book. And the one night, there was nothing open but a strip club. So I'm sitting there in a strip club with my book at the bar, and there's all kinds of law enforcement and whatnot with their guns and shit in a strip club. And there's me and my book, and I was just like, everybody leave me the fuck alone. Don't ask me for anything. Don't talk to me. Fuck off. But I mean, it was pretty rare for me to do that. But at that point, they're treating migrant workers and farm workers like slaves, like enslaved people. Everyone, especially if you're working that kind of work, you need days off to let your body heal. And I don't even understand that. There was no one that did my job. They treated me pretty good, though. I got extra pay for it. Rightly so. I mean, that should have been all kinds of overtime. Sure, you was reading your book. I mean, there was one woman who could dance, okay? Like, damn. But at that point, I didn't really want to see another human being for a minute. I was like this with like a book light. And the bartender would pause me every once in a while and be like, "Are you sure you don't want to dance?" And I'm like, "I want to shoot you right now. Like, make your choice." My state added P, and here goes the dyslexia, PFMLA. Hopefully I read that right. Paid Family Medical Leave Act, where you have to get paid 1 hour of sick leave for every 40 hours worked, right? EENER paid, right? Next one is senior disabled care at the House Senate. Well, damn. Wait, what state are you in, Camilla? Because we're thinking about moving, and I'm like, this state sounds like they might actually give a shit about their people. Maybe, I don't know. Yes and no, getting them to pay will be the trick, right? Right. That's the thing. People need to start realizing how much power the average everyday citizen has. Like, collectively, we have a lot of power. Washington, these are all payroll taxes. Huh. Washington. I don't know very much about Washington State. You might have to look into it. If you work in I think you might mean factory, 7 hours a day, that disability retirement comes a lot sooner than normal people. 7 days, right. Yeah. if you think about it, and I've actually thought about this, I just sat down and considered if everyone who works in Walmart or in McDonald's, or all of them, right? Walmart, McDonald's, so on and so forth, just one day stood up, got up, walked out, clocked out, walked out, all of them. That would get a point across. Amazon workers, all of that. Ooh, y'all got way more power than you realize, all of y'all. My cousin got his arm through a machine, like 2 rollers close together. His arm went through that, and oh, God, that makes my whole body queasy in ways I can't really define. And my mom had an accident in a factory one time. Her finger was cut in half, and it was bad. There are laws that don't allow 7 days straight unless it's 7 on, 7 off. The farm workers had no law because they fell under agriculture. That is bullshit. That is look, that is straight up some bullshit. If I owned a farm, I'd be like, everyone is having 2 days off. And if we had to stagger people so that, work still continues, fine, but everyone will have 2 days off in a row. I'm a big proponent of employees should have 2 days off in a row. Like, there's a safety button, but it was still a mistake, so things happen. Jesus. My grandfather lost his ring finger in a machine. Ford caught the ring on it. Damn, dude. I don't know. This country lets big business get away with too many things. Way too many things. And that's because politicians are bought. So, But there I go, being logical again. Excuse me while I do not use a blanket for my nose. But yeah, so I'm really kind of excited to, see how everyone responds to the video tomorrow. Even those of you who have watched it on Discord, please check it out on the YouTubes because that does help the channel. And we probably are going to start working more with the Patreon thing that we have, which this is another thing I need to learn. The US is pretty much a bank with a flag. I'm going to use that. I might even make a fucking t-shirt because you're right. And it's disgusting. I'm going to do a live stream about unions because I view it as a form of abuse. A majority of the US population is abused by their work, and I don't agree with it. I don't know. Like, I really don't want to move away from New Orleans, but everything is just, the rents are just so expensive here. It's ridiculous. Like, we kind of really need a little bit more space. We have a 2-bedroom, but really we need a 3-bedroom. I'll be watching it tonight. I have to go. My daughter-in-law is cutting my hair tonight. Great chat tonight. Thank you for being here. Have a great evening, everyone. You too, Camilla. Thank you for stopping by. Enjoy your haircut. I really want to get a haircut at some point soon in my life. I would love to be able to call my hair artiste and have her do her thing. it's been a while. It's been a minute. I also really want a manicure and a pedicure just because um, I really think that women who do manicures and pedicures and all that or people who do that should be paid more. Like they are gods and goddesses, I think. Mm. I swear, every time I get a pedicure, I feel like I've dropped 10 years of stress. Mm. But yeah, so yeah, tomorrow, there'll be the video dropping. I will be on the chat. I may not be fully awake, but I will be there. I never had either, but I'm too ticklish, so I don't think I could. I'm weird. I'm not ticklish, but when people like if the wrong person messes with my feet, I have been known to kick people in the head, and it's just like an immediate body thing. But when you go get a pedicure, you have your feet soaking in the tub, and that is heavenly. Um, like the process of it, they work with people's feet all the time, so you know what I mean. Like they're experts, they get it. And I've never had a problem. Um, they're usually extremely careful. I'll be there. I need to write myself a post-it note. Well, hopefully you'll get an alert for it tomorrow. Um, I've only had a couple pedicures, and I was surprised how much I enjoyed it. Yeah, yeah, it is extremely relaxing. Like we're thinking that maybe next weekend I might go get one because this job is a lot. Um, it's a lot of stress. I've been really stressed with just finding more cases of women of color where it's hard for me to explain. It's like, there's information about the crime and the offender and what happened, but there's not very much information about the human being who was victimized. Um, and part of the point of this channel is to humanize, victims. So I'm having a really hard time finding enough information to do that for women of color, and it's really frustrating. Um, so you should fight the union known as you. Just film it for us. Wait, what? I mean, I probably should have my own union for myself and forced myself to take breaks. Remind myself to do the self-care. It is. It's harder. I knew it was going to be hard, but damn, when you're in it, it just seems like it's harder than you thought it was going to be to a degree. Yeah, I'm actually going to put together a schedule. And, I have alarms on my phone, so I'm going to set up like, it is time to stop researching. um, don't forget your self care. Stuff like that. Wow, weird. They make unionizing ridiculously difficult, and convincing fellow workers to unionizing has been a pain. That's always been the case, though. I don't plan on stopping though. Yeah, they always make it hard. Hey, babe.
Hey, babe.
Soundwave Blue is on.
Mm-hmm.
Soundwave Blue is on.
Oh, hey, dude.
Who we know in real life. So we could all brainstorm a little about that, right? Huh? No, although sometimes he does come on too.
Okay.
Like on here, his YouTube name is Miguel, so but he's been on a couple times.
Yeah, I've definitely seen him on the stream.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to tell me who he is IRL, like whenever we're not on screen,
Right.
on live.
You got people saying hi.
Hi, everyone. Sorry, the distant-headed body.
It's just weird on screen though. Yeah, like the history of unionizing has always been like companies always try to push back. So
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say something and then I forgot what I was gonna say.
That you're beautiful?
We still have leftovers from yesterday in the fridge, huh?
Yes, we do.
Oh, I'm gonna dive into that one.
That's all you, babe.
So yeah,
Sit down so I'm not intimidating people.
so I'm hoping to have more videos about women of color on here. I just had a hard time. I don't know. I hate to do it, but I might actually reach out to friends and family. I don't want to hurt people. That's the thing. But I don't know. It's a dilemma. Leftover. I don't know if there was any leftover cornbread. This the leftovers from last night are from Outback Steakhouse.
Yeah. Took the oldest to a graduation dinner. Lunch, didn't they?
Yeah. It was kind of lunch dinner. Is there a term for that? I know there's brunch.
Dinner.
Brunch is breakfast, lunch.
That's
Dinner?
dinner.
Dinner. Yeah, So yeah. There's been a lot going on with research and stuff. So now I'll have more recorded videos coming up that I'll have to record and all of that. This is just a big video, and I kind of wanted to give Audrey and Maria space, if that makes sense. Like I didn't want a bunch of other recorded videos dropping around that. I don't know if that even makes sense to anyone else. But
I went in to highlight that on the channel.
Yeah. I kind of like live streaming. It's not easier, but I don't have to edit.
Yeah.
But yeah. We don't have the editing software on this computer, do we?
No, but we can usually put it on there.
Right on. Might have to do the Reaper program on here too.
Yeah, install Reaper Audio, the 64-bit, and then a lot of them get Adobe Creative Cloud.
Right.
I can English.
I hope so. I hope that, Audrey and Maria are happy with it. That's the main thing,
Yep.
And also that, it gets the point across that Jessica was a human being.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Yeah.
You kind of got lucky that a watermark was on the video in the raw file from StreamYard? Yeah, StreamYard.
What is that?
Because the Discord isn't like where we post the videos isn't like locked for certain access. It's available for anybody. So if later on we get people who want to pirate our videos. They still have our watermark on them.
Right. Breakfast 7 a.m. Second breakfast 9 a.m.
Yeah.
11 is right. That's basically Athena's. Like Athena, she's part Hobbit, so.
I swear. She's no hairy feet.
Yeah, she doesn't have hairy feet, but she's basically a hobbit. Like she'll have first breakfast, second breakfast. I mean, when she's having a growth spurt, it is hard to keep up with her.
Yeah.
So I think Leonard is afternoon tea. Right. Yeah, man.
You put these on tight.
This last growth spurt was a lot of me running back and forth and cooking, and it was insane. I'm 5'6", so technically I should be eating about that much. Right, dude. Right. What? I don't know what's going on over here. Oh,
Tanner the dog's helping with the live stream.
pretty puppy.
Thank you, Tanner. Wrong one.
Wait, which?
Now click the one up above.
Oh. Right. It's so hard to find the emojis on here.
Where? Scroll. Right, I'm gonna go back up front. Athena's down trying to get some sleep.
Right. Can you close the door?
Yep.
Pretty puppies. Pretty kitties. Thinking is just too difficult, apparently. Yeah, yeah, I feel you. Like after tonight, I'm not going to do any more research. I'm going to eat and then probably crash and try to sleep the whole night through. That would be great if I could do that. You're 5'6"? I'm 5'6". Why do you seem taller than me? That's weird. Huh. You have a big mouth. Thanks a lot for making me choke while I'm swallowing coffee. I did a whole audiobook today, and we'll start a paper read tonight, I think. Right. So it gives off that vibe. I have a zombie book I've been listening to. I haven't finished it yet. I might go back to that. The Last Ransom Rigs in the series. I have not heard of that. Shelley, have you considered maybe alternating the shows so that you do only so many of the really serious ones every so often? Yeah. That's part of the reason I talk about makeup on occasion, because makeup is kind of becoming like a self-soothing thing to a degree, and also crocheting. With the PTSD and all that, that's crocheting and needlepoint are two things I use to help with that, oddly enough. So I don't know if people would be interested in the crocheting and the needlepoint, but a lot of people seem to be interested in makeup. I just don't want you to overdo yourself, but I'm a worrywart, so I am too. Yeah, it's finding a good balance is difficult at times. Especially because I want to highlight the things that Indigenous women are dealing with, in Indigenous communities all over the place. And there's barely anything about Indigenous women and their experiences in the media anywhere. It's hard. So there, I'm going to have to actually reach out to like community centers and whatnot and be like, I need help. I've come to that understanding actually this month. You know, so yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot, but we'll get it done. I am nothing if not determined. But yeah, I'm really liking this eyeshadow. It is gorgeous. So could you maybe on the Discord the things like that? Wait, what? Put that on Discord. Okay, you're gonna have to explain what you mean a little bit. I'm done with talking tonight. You're okay. I don't know, maybe. I can think about it. I don't know, there are a few communities in particular that have been heavily impacted, so I might reach out to like the community centers and see if I can get someone to speak with me about it. For the people you would like to interview, yeah. And see, with indigenous communities, it's more complicated because you have problems with jurisdiction coming in. So, is it tribal jurisdiction or local, state, federal? It's a lot. So I would like to eventually have, people from those communities come on and interview and explain it to people so people can understand, right? Because it's a thing you don't see or really hear much of. Most people don't know this, that these problems are going on because the media doesn't cover it. Um, Thankfully, there's more coverage now for women of color, for Black women and for brown women, but for Indigenous women, it's just kind of barely even a blip in the media. So it's probably this coming month, that's probably something I'm going to be looking into, trying to figure out how to reach people and whatnot. But I'm really glad that people have, went and signed the petition and for Jessica and all of that. That's really good. Thank y'all for doing that. I appreciate it. So yeah. All right, y'all. I can feel myself needing to eat. I need to go forage in my refrigerator. But yeah, thank you all for being here. Remember with the video tomorrow, for the most part, we're just talking about Jessica as a human being. But there are one or two points where sensitive topics are discussed. So trigger warning. And, if you need to, take a break, drink some water, hydrate. Trigger your senses. If you're a survivor and maybe you have PTSD, don't forget to trigger your senses. Smell, sight, sound, etc. can help. It can help you untrigger if that's a thing. And if you are a survivor or you have a loved one who was a victim of domestic violence or male violence in general, send me an email. If you would like to do an interview, that's what this platform is here for. If you're a survivor, I am as well. And I'm just here to try to help educate people, try to help humanize survivors and victims, and help families. So, yeah. Don't forget, you have the right to say no. Your no should be respected. And if it is not respected, yeet your abuser out into the sun. whole foot on ass. And yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow, ring the bell, hit all. You can join us on Discord, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and now TikTok. Just all the things. And yeah, and I'm going to be working on merch soon because I need a coffee cup. So, all right, y'all. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Bye. Night, Soundwave Blue, Night, Leanne, and Share Mirror, and everybody else. Bye.